guest is Filipino-American Franco Finn. He is a hype man for NBA's Golden State Warriors, and he is the first Asian American MC of the NBA All-Star Weekend, which was held last February 2023. Let's get to know more about Franco in this episode. Hi Franco, welcome to Stronger Together, the GMA Pinoy TV podcast.
Well, thank you. This is amazing. I'm in Manila!
You are the first Filipino-American, first Asian-American MC for All-Star Weekend last February.
Yes, that was a big milestone.
How was the experience?
This was the most amazing year so far, until just right now, right? Making it to All-Star after 20 seasons with the Golden State Warriors, and to be the first and only Asian American and a hype man in the NBA, Filipino, proud. It was definitely one to remember. It was something for me. My career was not complete until I made the All-Star. To get invited by the league, the NBA. Warrior fans, Bay Area, I got that. 20 years, it's been an amazing career, 4 championships. But the one invitation I really wanted was just to make it on the national stage, to say, hey, I've arrived, I've been here, I've been the voice, and let's do this. But this is right now the moment I think that I'm pinching myself. This is the dream right now, what I'm doing.
But how long have you been doing it?
It's my 21st season with the Golden State Warriors. I do the starting lineups, all the promos, all the big screen TV of contests, halftimes, you name it, all that stuff. And I just never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be coming home to the Philippines, especially here in Manila, where my family is originally from, to host the biggest games in the world for basketball, FIBA. So, you know what? This 20-year chapter, maybe there's another 20 years more. Maybe I'll just stay.
You have
maybe
a
I'll
lot
never
of
leave.
years left for sure. How did you land that job?
How did you get the job as the hype man and host for the Golden State Warriors? I started in radio. I started in media as well. Radio was my first job. TV was my passion. I did not want to be in front of the scenes doing what I do now, but I was at the right place at the right time. So 20 years ago, a long time, do you remember who Hilary Duff, Lizzie McGuire, the Disney Channel?
I watched that.
Do you remember?
I do. I used
By
to
the
watch
way,
that.
her best friend Miranda, who played, her name is Lalaine in real life, she's Pinoy. Did
Yes,
you not?
she is.
Did you not know
Yes.
that? The long story short, I would work for a station called Radio Disney. It was a Disney radio station for kids. So I used to MC the biggest concerts and shows from NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, like Bubblegum Pop. Sold out arenas all over the Bay Area, right? And Hilary Duff was just emerging as a triple threat. Actress, singer, songwriter, dancer, the whole 9, right? And so she had her first tour in the Bay Area at the arena in Oakland where the Warriors play. I was the opening act for Hilary Duff because she didn't have an opening act. So I had to stretch 15 minutes of hype. Sold out, 18,000 screaming teens, moms, glow sticks in the air. And I said, okay, this is a long time for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna do it. And I dug in deep, put all out there, and the Warriors executives were backstage with their young daughters. They said, you just commanded an entire audience of 20,000. How? Can you work for us? I said, well, as what? I'm not an announcer. No, we need a host. For basketball, so we're the first teams to do a host. Now every NBA arena, sporting event, they have hosts now, right? And so that's how it started. And they said, why don't you host a few TV things on camera, big screen? Then they're like, oh, you got a good voice. Can you do the little starting lineup? Just give me a little sample. And I was like, and now you're Golden State. Like, whoa, yes. Do that again. And then preseason, regular season, you're our hype guy. And then fourth quarter time, Franco, get the fans up. We're about to win. Because we didn't win a lot back then. So we needed the crowd every little bit. And guess what? Hype Man was born. They said, Franco, fourth quarter, just do what you got to do, hype them up. So I used to get up, stand up on my chairs. I used to have these white sunglasses. That's another story about my mom used to look for me. Put it on, I said, alter ego, Superman. Make some noise, fourth quarter time, Dub Nation. And then that's just how it started. That was so much fun.
So you were there even before when the team wasn't doing well.
Oh yeah, it's, the dark days, we call it.
Because it was only like 2015. That's a championship, right?
The last 10 years have been amazing. But what happened the last 10 before that?
Exactly.
Now, it was not pretty. You know what? We had a lot of loyal fans, but like sports, ups, downs, more downs.
But when Steph
Arrived.
and Dre arrived, so
I mean, that was the era. But you know, we had a little splash in 07, 08. They call it the We Believe season. We weren't supposed to make it to the playoffs. So we were hungry. And you know, as a young guy myself, I was hungry too. I didn't leave to go anywhere else. I stayed right back home because I had offers. I could have worked for the Harlem Globetrotters. You know the Harlem Globetrotters? Because you know, you're in your 20s. I'll travel the world. Right. I'll MC shows wherever. They loved me. I had an offer from the Globetrotters and the Warriors. At the time, you know, I was taking care of, I'm still taking care of my mom today. Shout out to my mom, you know, Nanay. I'm an only child, so I did not want to leave my parents behind. So I stayed for my team. But I never thought I would see the championship years, still counting, All-Star. Now, the FIBA World Cup, global games. I mean, this is a dream come true.
But Franco, you do have a day job, right?
Yes.
This is not the only thing that you do.
No. I work for an airline back home, okay? I travel a lot. I manage a lot of things in California, but I'm also like their hype man too. They realized that they had somebody that has kind of a unique energy, talent, a way to promote the brand. And that's what I do. And so I do that by day. By night, I'm at the Warriors, and then I'm an auctioneer too. So I raise a lot of money for many nonprofits. I just did a nonprofit event with Steph Curry. We raised $400,000 for 6 live auction items. That was a lot of money.
How did you know that you have a talent for doing it?
Probably,
for being the hype man.
Probably when I was a kid, I was probably the most maingay in the whole family, like really loud. Oh, tahimik, you know, like oh my dal all day. But you know what? My mom, my parents, they let me be who I am, right? Different, you know, loud, but I was also very shy too. Believe it or not, we all have that other side, right? But I'm very quiet too. I mean, I can be very quiet, but when it's time to turn it on. That's what I am. It's like an on and off switch. I'm very loud most of the time, but there's times I have to relax and tone down. But when it's go time, I say it's go time, switch, go. And you're like an actor. You possess an energy.
Yeah. But what was the biggest challenge for you when you were just starting? Because there's not a lot of Asians in the business and not a lot of Filipinos.
And I'm glad you said that because you know what? There's challenges, okay? But the Bay Area, I have to say, was the perfect backdrop for Asian American talents, you know, broadcasters. There was only maybe 1 or 2 broadcasters in San Francisco that kind of looked like us. You know, I remember them, and now I know who they are. They know. I mean, I interned for those TV stations, and I said, one day, like, you're amazing. I could do that. I'm also a voice for the people. The Pinoys, the Pinoy-Americans, it don't matter. Like for Asian Americans, Asians, people that are just look like us, maybe different, we can break that ceiling and we could be good and we could be on the biggest stage like the NBA or All-Star. So yeah.
Did you have setbacks?
There's one quick story, because I've traveled around the country in the United States. Not only did I do stuff for the Warriors, but I worked at NASCAR. A lot of special events all around, corporate events, this and that. Someone came up to me and they looked at me, this country guy, all like his hair messed. He said, "What are you?" I said, "What do you mean, what am I?" Because I'm on the microphone, but they keep coming to me, looking at me like this. I said, "What are you?" I said, "I'm a hype man. I'm an MC for this." He goes, No, what are you?" I said, "Like, what are you made of?" I said, "Made of?" He goes, "You look different." I said, "Well, what do I look like?" I just, entertaining. He said, "You look like a Mexican Oriental," he said. And I was like, oh, wow, I never heard that. "You ever heard of a Filipino?" He said, "What? A fellow what?" I said, "A Filipino." To him, that was so different. But that's when I knew, I go, this world is not like the Bay Area. And so that was it was humbling.
Now he knows who you are.
Yeah, I mean, he might know who I am now, the one guy. But that was, but the whole country's not like that. That's where you have to really fight and struggle. So All-Star, that's why it was important for me. Because I was in the most national stage, to know that we can be invited to the party. I mean, that's a big deal, because you look at the NBA all over the country, it's black or white most times.
But the NBA supports like diversity.
Yeah, but-
Inclusivity.
Well, now it is more now. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's more and more now of us. Hopefully there is another hype man or hype woman or host in the NBA that's got that. But DJs, we're entertainers, singers, performers. No, but the NBA's done a great job. But if you travel around the country, I mean, it's not as diverse as many people would think. But the NBA is great. It's global. Filipinos love basketball. So I think that's why I'm here, too.
Global Pinoys watch new and all-time favorite shows on GMA Pinoy TV. Bubble Gang, Fast Talk with Boya Bunda, 24 oras. Abot Kamay na Pangarap, Kapuso Mo, Jessica Soho, and award-winning news programs, documentaries, lifestyle shows, and many more on GMA Live TV and GMA News TV. GMA channels are available in the U.S. through various pay TV services. To know more, visit gmapinoytv.com/subscribe or follow us at GMA Pinoy TV on social media. Mga Global Pinoy subscribers ng GMA Pinoy TV sa US, Canada, Singapore at Hong Kong, you can now watch Kapuso shows on the go. Just download the mobile app of your pay TV provider and enjoy TV everywhere. In the US via Xfinity Stream, Spectrum TV app, Cox Contour app, and Optimum TV app. In Canada via Bell 5 TV, Rogers Ignite TV, and TELUS Optic TV. And in Hong Kong via the Now TV app. TV everywhere is available to existing GMA subscribers only. Contact your pay TV provider or visit gmapinoytv.com/subscribe to learn more.
Franco shares what he loves most about his job and talks about how much he enjoys eating Filipino food. What is the best part about your job?
The best part about my job, I would have to say, is the joy that fans feel when they're in the arena. When I'm there and I'm the man that's gonna get this place hyped up, charged up for your favorite team, win, lose, hopefully mostly wins, but to get it over the top, that feeling, when rock stars, they perform and they say,
Right.
"Oh my God, are you ready?" They scream, "Ah, are you sure you're ready?" Like that audience back and forth, that's better than any high in the world.
The adrenaline.
Oh, the
rush.
adrenaline, because when you say Dub Nation in this playoffs,
Everyone
are you
goes
ready
wild.
for the NBA Finals? It's just like, it chills. It sets you in a different world. And that's what I love about it. Like, you can take people those places.
What is it like introducing the biggest names in NBA basketball, like Warriors basketball?
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
Oh, it is the most amazing feeling, especially when you're champions. It's even better. There's a cachet to it, right? It's not just like I'm not for any other team. I'm with the world champ, NBA champion, Golden State Warriors. So we're defending our titles and all that, but to see 4 of those and being in the finals, 7 times, 6, 7 times, that's insane. And this is the world's best, and I know that the bubble, it was a whole different, we were in a little bubble before. Now this bubble's big, because now during the finals, world media. You get Chinese, Japan media, Australian media, Philippine media during the finals. And they're all sharing the floor because the world is global now. So I get to introduce the best stars. And a guy like Steph Curry, that's like the Michael Jordan of our era. Man, this,
And you know them because they see you like every home game.
Oh,
You're there.
I just did an event with Steph Curry, like I said. And you know what? First name basis. What's up, Franco? How you doing? Like, this is the greatest shooter on the planet. This is cool, but he's a nice guy, and that's why I love this team so much, because they're like homegrown. I'm homegrown too, just like they are.
What are some stories, like side stories? Because I read somewhere that when Andrew Bogut was still with the Warriors,
Yes.
Andrew Bogut made a request for his introduction, right?
He did. So Andrew Bogut's a funny guy. First time I introduced him, we got him. He's like, out of the University of Utah, number 10, Andrew Bogut. And then I did that, right? He literally, "Hey, mate, what? Oh, shoot, this guy's talking. Do me a favor. When you introduce me next time, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Say Melbourne. not Melbourne, Melbourne. I said, all right, big guy, whatever you want, whatever juices you up when you're in the starting lineup. That means a lot.
Talking about hometowns, your mother is Filipina.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, your parents are Filipinos.
My birth parents are full Filipino, yes.
But you were born and raised in
Born and raised in
San
San Francisco. So San Francisco is, home to me. I love it. But this feels home to me too. My family was around Manila too. I mean, they immigrated in the 70s. But their introduction to America was basketball.
Yeah.
So for me, basketball is more than just a game that I get to work, do my craft. It means my mom was immigrating, my family was here. Sports brings families together. That was a big deal for me. So yeah, but they're Tagalog was at home.
You still speak Filipino?
Oo, konti lang, pero
konti.
mahirap magsalita.
Pero nakakaintindi ka pa ng Filipino.
100%. So don't, cuss me out or anything. No bad words. And I know I actually understand everything. Lahat.
Do you still have family in the Philippines?
Just a little bit, because I have some cousins, relatives, things like that.
Growing up, did you have a lot of Filipino friends, Asian friends?
I did, but I went to a international school. Actually, French school. French-American International School in
That's
San
right,
Francisco.
you're fluent in French.
Je parle français. J'ai étudié le français pendant 12 ans quand j'étais très petit dans une école bilingue en San Francisco. See? I just basically said I went to school 12 something years in a bilingual school in San Francisco. But I lived in France, went to school there, learned French from a family. They moved here to learn a little bit. So we were like exchange program back then, immersion schools, before it became a thing now. Now it's like a big thing, immersion schools. So, I had Tagalog at home, English, of course, and then learned French at school, learned Spanish later. They threw everything at me.
What is your favorite Filipino food?
Favorite Filipino food? Lahat, everything. I honestly, like...
Adobo, sinigang, kare-kare,
It depends
lechon.
Depends on the day. Lechon all day, every day, which is not good for you, by the way. But I honestly, like one of my favorites, michado. I love michado. That's one of the tastiest. But then on those cold days, you gotta get some sinigang. Oh my God, I love the sinigang. But I love the dinuguan too. Give me some dinuguan. Pulutans, man, I eat all that stuff.
Sisig, do you eat sisig?
Sisig, oh. My weakness, like everyone else, is the balat on pigs, right? Come on, lechon, the balat is always good. Even chicken too, crispy, crunchy. I love Filipino food. That's my first love, to be honest.
Do you follow certain Filipino traditions?
Filipino traditions.
Do you still do the mano? Do you do...
Manong once in a while. If it
Depende.
Depende, yeah.
Like sa mga lolo, lola.
Of course, like the ones that are matanda
Opo,
already.
it depends.
Oh yeah, respect, right? That's what we learn. But not so much. I wish that we can keep that tradition though. You know what I mean? Like the kids, the younger ones that are in the States, they're losing their Tagalog, their understanding of, just the culture. So that's why, like for me on this trip, I've learned a lot of history. I went to Malacanang Palace, the museums there. I learned a lot. I love it.
How often do you visit the Philippines?
Not often. 5 years ago was the last time. Yeah, last time 5 years ago. And I gotta tell you, it was...
So now you're gonna come home more often,
Oh
right?
man, this is my favorite place. I'm not gonna lie. I travel a lot just in general. I've been all over the world. But we have this new hashtag, which I know the Department of Tourism promoting, Love the Philippines. So shout out Philippine Tourism, love the Philippines. I love it because it's so simple. It's just, you're gonna love the Philippines. And I want to explore every island as I can. I wanna come back.
What do you notice most about Filipino people?
Filipino people, this is what I love about our people. Filipinos are hardworking, very loyal, they're dedicated, just humble, but they're always, like masaya all the time, right?
I was about to say they're always happy. We are always happy, right?
Yeah, and that's where, you talk to anybody, I said, I have a Filipino friend, they always bring me food, they're always happy, smiling. You don't have to have much, right? A lot of us may not have much, but we make the most out of it. It's amazing, we enjoy life to the fullest. I think that's what the Filipino spirit is about. But the hardworking mentality that's why there's so many nurses, there's so many people in hospitality.
True.
The hardworking, I don't know what it is, put it on your back and it doesn't matter. We make sure we please our customers. We take it to the next level. That's what I do as a hype man. That's my customer service for the night.
What are your tips and advice to the young people who would want to follow your footsteps?
This is what I tell people. It's, first off, it came by accident, right? But I trusted in myself. I think one of the biggest advice for anyone doing either my line of work, I want to be a broadcaster, want to be on whatever it is, you got to trust who you are, right? And I followed my senses and said, maybe I'm not supposed to be behind the scenes anymore. Because people were telling me, like, Franco, you got a voice. You got a voice. And you could be so shy and timid. It's hard to, okay, let me do it. And talking in front of people, that's a big fear. So you got to own yourself. And you know what? My voice is not going to be like your voice. It's not going to be like this hype person's voice or this and that. But I look at it as, you know what? I'm different. You got to own your uniqueness, and you have to set your best foot forward. Just do it. Like, if you want to do it and you feel good, like, I think I'm supposed to be here, and you're excited, you can't buy that excitement. But don't be scared and hold back because, I don't sound like so-and-so. I never worked for the NBA. I never thought I'd be working for the NBA and the Warriors, my home team. I'm here to deliver, and it's to deliver excitement, joy. So I raise a lot of money as a professional auctioneer. I literally travel all over now. I'm so blessed to do it, to raise money for kids, homeless shelters, education, you name it, elderly. I get to use my gift to raise money.
Thank you, Franco. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and thank you for representing the Philippines in the international stage.
Thank you so much.
Stronger Together, the GMA Pinoy TV podcast, is an original production of GMA International. We would like to thank Trip by Wyndham Mall of Asia and Milagritos Restaurant. This episode is produced by Gerald Vista and edited by Anton Taguinoy.